So this is the cyberbullying presentation based on Itasca 10 and what we do and what we should be doing, also who can help. I think that the Amanda Todd story was very inspirational and gave some good ideas as to what could be improved on. Let's see here. So first off, cyberbullying is frequent digital harassment. That's what we teach our kids. And it can be used through a variety of media. It does not just have to be on, via text messaging or via YouTube channels or just through social media. It could be happening through all of these different resources. It can, really reach them in any way possible. And it could be somebody that they know, or it could even be a stranger, somebody who just decided to follow their picture on Instagram, etc. Here's what we do currently in Itasca. Currently, we use pre-made videos and media clips that are given to us. We use Brain Pop. We use different resources through the state that identifies different kinds of bullying. We have students analyze various scenarios. Mostly in 7th grade, they do this to say, yes, this is bullying, or no, this is just somebody being mean one time, and, kind of what to do and where to go from there. We also have some hands-on activities such as sorting and red light, green light, yellow light. We encourage students to raise awareness. So students make posters on how to recognize cyberbullying and also how to help prevent it. And they discuss in small groups on how to stay safe and make positive choices while online. We try and impress upon them the importance of appropriateness and also just preventative measures, such as if you don't know who it is, don't friend or request them or accept their friend requests. Don't just follow strangers. Don't type in any personal information online. I think this has become more of a concern now because they do have Chromebooks, not just at school, but they take them home. So it becomes a much bigger deal. We also make sure that we emphasize who to talk to. So obviously their parents. Unfortunately, we the teachers are not with them 24/7 to help them out, but their parents are going to be their primary resource. Obviously, we are here. The teachers are here to step in and make sure that anything going on that does pertain to school is handled here and that we follow through, because we want every child to feel safe regardless of where the bullying's happening. And the third thing that we have here in Itasca is the online anonymous bully report. If students sign into the Itasca 10 website, they're able to fill out a bully report, which gets sent to our counselors and our principal, and they can either put their name on there or not, but just to let us know what's going on. And it really takes that stress of they're being, called a tattletale, or they're being followed or harassed even further because they told on their peers or the person who has been bothering them. And that's something that we see quite a bit. And even in the Amanda Todd story, she talked about how she was just kind of followed and everything. And fourth, we also have any responsible adult. So if they're at summer camp, it could be their camp counselor or their coach or whoever. The things that we should do differently. I really liked the one article on Stand for the Silent. We used to have a chapter here in Itasca, and it just kind of fell apart. The research has shown that when kids get involved, they are less likely to get bullied, and kids are more likely to stand up for each other, which I think is really important. I also think that getting our community involved. We recently had the Itasca Police Department come in and discuss stranger danger type scenarios with them. And after we had the police department come in, reports of activity and suspicious people excuse me, increased exponentially, really. So I think the see something, say something was very influential on our kids. And if we could just have upstanding members of our community come in, get involved, let them know, like, we're here, we listen, here's where you can go, here is who else is listening. I think that digital citizenship would be a much more prominent feature, not just at school, not just at home, but they would be able to see it everywhere. Also, structuring our lessons to make sure that we constantly go back. Now kids are on their Chromebooks all the time, and excuse me, emphasizing the fact that we are always making sure they are safe. Like anytime I have kids sign into a website, I always tell them, this is through Google Classroom, therefore it's safe. The only person who can see this is me, and don't ever enter anything personal. And just reinforcing those ideas are key in making it an important topic for today. Because digital citizenship, it's not just about cyberbullying, although that is super important, but it's also about putting your information out there for anyone, and the kind of consequences that can have. So finally, who can help and where to turn, like where we can turn, where the kids can turn. Continue working with the bully tip line. Our kids use that pretty frequently. Most of the time it's, something minor that we can address quickly, but there have been cases where it becomes a very big situation that we are able to stop and step forward and say, no, we're done. We can end it here. Just encouraging kids to be upstanders, not bystanders, coming forward and encouraging each other, just being present and aware of what their peers are going for, teaching compassion and emphasizing the fact that we're all in this together and we're all here in the same boat. And the more that we can get along and the more that we can stick up for each other, the easier our day is going to be. And finally, we as teachers just plain need to listen. I think right now there's such a culture of these kids, they don't, quote, have real problems and things like that, and, first world problems with their cell phones. But for them, this is very real. Even if it seems like something very minor to us, it is very real for them, and they feel it. And we need to validate those concerns and what they are worried about. It's so important for us to say, I'm here, I'm listening, and I care about you, and let them know that they have a safe place to turn. So Itasca does a lot of great things with cyberbullying, but unfortunately in this day and age, there's only so much that we can do, and just trying to teach responsible citizenship is going to be the key. So that is our cyberbullying, and hopefully in the next few years we can say that this is no longer a problem. That would be